Hello, my little YouTube family. How you doing? Like, subscribe, and share. All right, just to be clear, all right? Just to keep the record clear and straight, okay? And clean. Keep the record clean and clear, all right? Keep this little video trail just to keep things on level and based in fucking reality, okay? Based in fucking reality, all right? So I'm going to ask some of you guys, just if you can, well, some of you that can save the video or whatever, please do so. Some of you that can save it or whatever, save it for me. Any of these where I'm going to be saying this, because I want to make this clear. Because it looks as though these psychopaths, these absolute psychopaths, are setting up that I'm some kind of fucking weirdo, pedophile, psychopath, deranged person, and that I'm a cult leader. And that I sit here from these YouTube videos and little TikTok videos, and I have a man, and this is insulting to you guys, because this is who they're talking about. You're my cult members. I just want you to understand that. There's no one else. I'm not running around I'm not running around what's the word? Like preaching it. There's another word for it. I'm not doing this outside of here. So you guys are the cult member. That they're like, I'm a Charles Manson-like figure. Okay? When they've been calling her Gypsy Rose Manson since the motherfucker stepped out the doors of the Slammer, right? A little more of that deflection. Covert narcissists love to do that too. All right, so point your finger and to call everyone out how it is, what you actually feel about yourself. All right, so you all are my cult members, all right? So I'm letting the cult members know, okay? Unequivocally, there is no baby. Gypsy Rose Blanchard never gave birth. She never had a baby, okay? I'm not saying anything about harm a baby. Go see about a baby, because there is no baby, okay? She never gave birth. She was pregnant for a hot minute, and she lost it at the end of either at the end of March or the beginning of April. And the reason she did this whole charade is because Lifetime said the show must go on. There's nothing better for a TV series than a birth story and a new baby. And ain't that the fucking truth? Right? We know that's money, and we know what that means. Right? Okay, so she lost the baby. And I like to think it was at that moment that the good Lord stepped in and said, I can't let this dumb bitch have a baby. Okay? She can't even figure out how to do anything else at all. The only thing she knows how to do is traffic children, which is basically babysitting them. All right? In her position. All right? So I like to think he stepped in because she's such a dumb bitch. He said, and I like to think God said to himself, I already hit this dumb bitch with that micro deletion in the hopes that she wouldn't be able to ever get knocked up. But she rode the top of Little Smoky one too many times, it appears. And she lost the baby. Okay? She went in there and they did an HCG quantitative, which gives you a number. And that number correlates with how far along you are. Like 99% of the women they've ever in the world are on this number, okay, that were in their studies or whatever, at this long. And if it's saying that you're 10, 12 weeks along and there's no heartbeat, well, then we have a problem now. Because if there's not a heartbeat by 8 weeks, we have a problem now. Okay? So, then they do a DNC, a dilatation and curettage. Okay? Get rid of it. That is what occurred. She never had a baby. So, I ask you, cult members, don't play into their delusion. Gypsy's group, I guess this is cult against cult. Let's play the devil's advocate just for shits and giggles. I do have a cult. Okay? Cult members, please listen to me. Don't play into their delusion. They think they have a fucking baby. They don't have a baby. Don't play into it. Don't anyone go over there. Don't talk about it. Don't speak of the baby. Don't go around them. You don't want their baby, because there isn't a baby. Don't pretend. They're pretending. They've already got Bree with the dick there. We know that she likes to pretend too. We know she does. We know. She took an AN off the end of her birth name. put some makeup on, took some estradiol, gained a fupa due to it. But she says she's a whole snack. A whole snack. A jelly-filled fupa. All right, so cult members, please listen to me. Okay? Because I'm the one that's going to talk someone into doing something to harm their fake baby Aurora. So I want you to listen to me, cult members. Don't do that. Don't go near the baby. I don't want you to go near it because there isn't a baby. Do not play into their delusions. Those sick people, don't go around them. They'll cloud your mind. They've got demons in them, or they're sick in the head, cult members, because they think they have a baby. When in reality, they make little AI baby films with dipshit Gypsy pretending like she's playing with this baby that they created with artificial intelligence. They think they're slick by first having her set up a playpen. Like, oh, I'm just showing you the playpen. Oh, side note, look at my little, oh, it's just Aurora playing. Oh, you think we're that fucking stupid, you good dumb whore? Okay? Or they have a reborn doll. Those dolls look real as fuck. They make noises. They can crawl. They can do everything. Okay? And you saw Raina on the couch in the scene on the show. She's beating the hell out of a doll. That was a doll she had. Now, I ask of you, why would you do that at all? Why? Why? It didn't face the camera, even whatever. It was a brand new, just a baby. Why wouldn't you have your real baby just there burping it or just sitting out there? Let us see your... Why? Don't be ridiculous, because there's no baby. Or they just get kids, you know. We know they're all involved in child trafficking. It's not an issue to get a fucking kid for a photo shoot or to take out for the day or whatever. Why? What the fuck? You know, I can't prove it yet, but I'm working on it. That, you know, appears they snagged a baby from the bosom of a mother who just gave birth. So fucking Gypsy Rose Blanchard could have her picture from People magazine and that scene in Lifetime where Ken come out, you know, bouncing around, acting like he's a good actor, acting like he's just as happy as a sissy with a bag of dicks. About, oh, well, she pushed 2-3 times. I don't know. He's a good actor, right? Most devil worshippers are. Never had a baby. She gets one to sometimes bring around, but she pushes around empty strollers, guy. Why would you do that? Cult members, please listen to me. Listen to your leader. Loyal members, listen to your dedicated leader. Okay? Who knows best for you? Don't go near them. In fact, dedicated members, loyal members, if you love me and you love the group, you love the church, I command of you, you're not to enter the state of Louisiana. Period. Cult members, do not enter the state of Louisiana or you will be excommunicated from our church. Okay? Don't go near them. They think they have a baby. They're sick. There must be something going on down there. I don't want you breathing in the air down there. They're delusional. They think they have people down there think they have babies. But they don't. Okay? Listen, cult members. Some of you please save the videos. They're trying to come for us. They're trying to blame their fake baby's demise on us because Gypsy Rose and Ken and Lifetime made up this whole scenario because they thought they could just pass by with it, no problem. Because 90% of the American viewing public are dumb, okay? And they'll fucking fall for anything, okay? So it's all fake. The motherfucker never had a baby. She knows it. And the walls are caving in. So now they're trying to make me into some weirdo, maniac, pedo that's coming for her baby when all I've ever said since the day I started, the very first fucking video I made in April, that they had my whole account taken down. I've been saying she never had a baby, she never gave birth. My very first video was that. My very first video where I showed me, before that, guys, I was just posting, I would write things and put music behind it. That's all I was doing. I never made a video of me. The very first video I made was it was 3 reasons Gypsy Rose Blanchard was never pregnant and Aurora's not her baby. And I gave 3 reasons for that. Okay, and that video went off and went wild. And then they had my account taken down. Okay? So that's the real deal. All right? I've been saying it from the very jump. She never had a baby. So how dare you act like me or any of the followers in my cult are going to come hurt your fucking baby that does not exist. Your people are delusional and sick and you all need fucking help. You think you have a baby. You don't have a baby. Show us your baby. Show us your baby book. Show us your baby book real quick. Can't do that, motherfucker? Oh, I know. You don't have a baby book. Couldn't afford that. Couldn't afford that. Couldn't afford Easter pictures. Can't afford a baby book. Had a divorce while she was pregnant. Now listen to this. Listen to this. She's supposed to have filed in April, gets pregnant next week. She's divorced in 7 months. And there's not one motion in her divorce. Not one motion for anyone to be tested or anything. They supposedly let her finalize her divorce 2 weeks before she gave birth, supposedly pregnant out here in front of a judge, in which she said it in open court, I'm not pregnant. Okay? It's not possible. And it has to be always, every time. The husband is a presumed father and must be tested first, and it must follow a court order. They have to court order him. And it's on file, on the docket, and it's on the file. Every little thing that happens in a divorce, every little thing is noted, line item on the record. Every motion, everything that happens, every response, every motion, every appointment, anything that happens on any court, it's all on there, man. Every bit of it. No motions. They would have had to start by filing a motion for Ryan, the father, the husband is a presumed father, to take that DNA test. If there was really a baby and there wasn't. Okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Gypsy and Ryan stood before that judge and said, Your Honor, we have never consummated the marriage. I never fucked him. Okay? He would say, oh, wow, that's too bad. Louisiana law dictates that. Then, he would have said, well, then this shouldn't be a problem. We just want to swab his mouth. What's the issue? Okay? And that's what they would have done. And then if that would have came up negative, if there was a baby, which there wasn't, then they would have said, okay, give us another name, Gypsy. That's how it goes. And then she would have said Ryan. And then if there really was a baby, then perhaps it would have been Ryan's. But she was only pregnant for a minute, and it was Ryan's baby, not Ken's. Okay? Let's don't get this shit twisted, man. Let's keep this reality based. Because everyone else is lying. All right? And so that's how that would have went. And it doesn't matter if they separated paternity, which they wouldn't have done that anyway. It doesn't matter. No, there's no reason to not continue divorce until after a birth when someone's about to give birth in a couple weeks. There's no reason not to continue it after birth. Of course they would have. Everyone knows that. They would have continued it after. Okay? Don't be stupid. And even if it would have said in the docket, okay, well, we're binding paternity over, and we're separating paternity, and we're putting it over on that docket, and we're binding it over. All that would be in there. You got to file a motion to do that. There's nothing in there to separate anything. There's nothing. It's the cleanest divorce ever. Almost like it's fucking fake. And in fact, for a minute, I didn't believe they were married because it got resolved so quick. 7 months, and she was pregnant in the middle of it, and she's claiming another dude's baby. It doesn't make any sense how quick it went. And what I just told you alone proves she didn't have a fucking baby. Okay? That alone proves it, guys. So I went and checked. I went and fucking emailed some lady today at the fucking clerk of court that does the marriage records of deeds in the county where she was in prison at, Livingston County. I swear I did. Some nice lady. And she emailed me right back. Yep, I sure did. I issued that marriage license. She was married to Ryan Anderson on this date, that date. This so-and-so was the one that did the fucking wedding. This chaplain was here. These were the 2 fucking witnesses. She gave me it all. She says, if you would like a copy of the marriage license, you can fucking go here, and gave me a link. I was like, no, that's okay. I emailed her back. I said, a yes or no would have done from you. All right, you guys. I'll see you in the next video.